Have you ever wondered why certain things happen in your life? Why people leave? Why struggles arise? Or why success slips just out of reach? Gautama Buddha once shared a profound story that helped his disciples understand a deeper truth of life, that everything happens for a reason. Not by coincidence, not by luck, but by cause and effect, the law of karma. Let me take you back to a serene forest in ancient India, where a mysterious encounter taught a grieving woman the secret behind her suffering and changed her life forever. It was early morning in the land of Magadha. Mist still clung to the trees as a woman named Kisa Gotami walked silently through the forest. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow. Clutched in her arms was the lifeless body of her young son. The boy had died from a sudden illness the night before. No physician could save him. No prayers could bring him back, and Kisa could not accept it. Naidit. She wandered from village to village, seeking anyone who could bring her son back to life. People pitied her. Some offered food, others consoled her, but no one could offer what she wanted, a second chance. One day, a kind old woman whispered to her, "There is one man who might help, the enlightened one, the Buddha. He sees beyond life and death. Go to him." With a flicker of hope, Kisa hurried toward Jetavana Monastery, where the Buddha was staying. Kisa arrived at the monastery and fell at the Buddha's feet. "Lord," she cried, "you are known to perform miracles. Please, bring my son back. I cannot live without him." Buddha looked into her eyes with compassion, not judgment. Then he said calmly, "I will help you, Kisa, but first, I need something from you. Go into the city and bring me a single mustard seed, but only from a house where no one has ever died." Kisa's heart lifted. A mustard seed? That was simple. Every home in India had mustard seeds. She ran to the nearby village and knocked on the first door. A woman opened. "Please," Kisa asked, "do you have a mustard seed?" "Of course," the woman smiled. "One more thing," Kisa said. "Has anyone ever died in this house?" The woman's smile faded. "My mother passed away last year," she said softly. Kisa bowed and left. She tried another house. "My uncle died," they said. Another. "My sister passed." Another. "My son died in a war." House after house. The answer was always the same. Every home had seen death. As the sun set, Kisa sat down beneath a tree. Tears flowed down her cheeks, not from despair, but from understanding. The next morning, Kisa returned to the monastery, still holding the lifeless body of her son, but now with clarity in her eyes. She bowed before Buddha. "I could not find a single house untouched by death," she whispered. "Now I understand. My pain is not mine alone. It is part of life." Buddha nodded gently. "Kisa, you have seen the truth. Everything that is born must eventually die. This is the law of impermanence. Grief arises when we try to hold on to what must pass. But why?" Kisa asked. "Why do we suffer so much? Why must we lose what we love?" Buddha smiled kindly. "Because suffering teaches us. Every experience, every loss, every joy happens for a reason. Nothing is random. Everything is the result of causes and conditions karma. Your love for your son was beautiful, but even that must yield to time. This pain opened your heart. It brought you here." Kisa sat silently, absorbing the words. The burden on her chest seemed lighter. To deepen her understanding, Buddha told her another story. There once was a soldier who lost his leg in battle. He hated the man who wounded him and spent years consumed by anger. But because of his injury, he could no longer fight and was discharged from the army. He returned home and took up farming. There he met a kind woman who later became his wife. They had 2 children and lived a peaceful life. One day he said to the Buddha, "Had I not been wounded, I would never have come home, never have met my family. The pain that once felt like a curse became a blessing." We suffer because we cannot see the full picture. The universe unfolds slowly, but with purpose. The storm may be strong, but it clears the path. The loss may hurt, but it opens a new door. Kisa looked down at her son's body one last time, kissed his forehead, and let him go. She buried her son under the Bodhi tree and sat in meditation. She had come seeking a miracle, and she had found one. Not in reversing death, but in understanding life. After some time, Kisa returned to the Buddha and said, "I no longer wish to live as I did. Please accept me into your Sangha. Let me learn the path you walk." Buddha agreed. Kisa shaved her head, donned the robes of a nun, and began her training. Her grief became her teacher. She learned to meditate on impermanence, to watch the rising and falling of emotions, to see the cause and effect in all things. One day, while on alms round, she saw a mother scolding her child for breaking a toy. The child cried bitterly. Kisa gently approached and said, "Do not be angry, my sister. The toy was meant to break. Nothing lasts forever, and that is okay." The mother looked puzzled. "But how can that be okay?" Kisa smiled softly. "Because everything happens for a reason. What breaks teaches us to be careful. What leaves teaches us to love deeper. What ends teaches us to begin again." Word of Kisa's transformation spread. Once a broken mother, now a wise nun, all because of one lesson. The universe does not make mistakes. Even pain has purpose. So, what can we take from this story? Life will not always go as planned. People we love will leave. Things we build will fall. And in those moments, we may ask, why me? But as the Buddha taught, the better question is, what is this trying to teach me? Everything happens for a reason. Not always a reason we can see immediately, but always one that fits into the great pattern of life. Like the wounded soldier who found a new life. Like Kisa, who found enlightenment through loss, we too must learn to trust the unfolding of life. Each moment, joy or sorrow, is part of a larger design. The rain nourishes the seed, the night prepares us for morning, and the heartbreak paves the way for wisdom. When you face a challenge, ask not, why is this happening to me? But what is this shaping me into? Because nothing, absolutely nothing, is wasted in this universe. Not a tear, not a fall, not even death. Just as Buddha once said, as a goldsmith tests gold by burning, cutting, and rubbing it, so must we test the lessons of life with patience, reflection, and faith. So the next time something happens and you don't understand it, remember, it may be painful now, but one day you'll look back and say, ah, that's why it happened. It had to happen, and I'm grateful it did.